So now the next track final, it's the women's 5,000 metres, packed final of 20 women. In amongst them are the 10,000 metres champion, Lorna Salpeter. You see her there, second from the left on your screen, alongside Constance Klausterhaufen, very tall, very talented German, 21-year-old German. Salpeter, well, romped away to win the 10,000 metres title. Can she get a double? Salpeter, originally from Kenya, running for Israel for a number of years. Susan Crummins won the silver medal in the 10,000 metres, and 4 years ago, under her maiden name of Kuchen, she was the bronze medalist in the 5,000 metres. Now this has to be the favourite. Sifan Hassan set a European record in that Rabat Diamond League meeting of 14:22.34. And well, she was very disappointing in the 10,000 metres in the defence of her title. She only finished 5th, but comes here as the defending champion from 2 years ago in Amsterdam. And the German 5,000 metres champion, Hannah Klein, has improved to 15:27. We see on the inside, number 2 on this year's European list, Alish McColgan. As Peter mentioned a few minutes ago, half a minute behind Hassan on time this year. Well, Salpeter has run a 5,000 metres this year, ran 15:17.18. So 20-minute women get underway, 12.5 laps of the track.
And as usual, Hassan settling in comfortably at the back of the field. She usually does that for a little while before deciding to take closer order. McColgan actually also often hangs back, but she's not doing so.
No, I think McColgan fancies her chances of getting a medal here, just behind Amkuta Bobasel, who's really moved up distance, former steeplechaser, former European under-20 record holder over the barriers. No, Hassan has to be the favourite here. But behind Hassan, I think it's very even for the rest of the medals. There's a lot of very talented runners here. Hassan, of course, though, really can't see much beyond her for the gold medal after that terrific run in Rabat. And she's got so many backup performances, that certainly wasn't a fluke. See Salpeter there coming around the outside.
Well, McColgan getting well clear, and she's a long way ahead of Hassan at the moment. Very early days, of course, but it's interesting to see these tactics. I think she knows she's got to run a quick time to take the sting out of a lot of the others. Hassan now just moving up.
Well, the 5,000 metre women went through the first kilometre in 3:03.01, so well outside 15-minute pace, but only 2 women in Europe this year have gone under 15 minutes. That's the leader at the moment, Alish McColgan, and Sifan Hassan, who's been gradually moving up. She's now in 7th. As we see now the women, 19 women in fact, because although she was on the start list, missing in the lineup was Carolina Björkvig-Gravdal, who will be concentrating her energies on the 3,000 metres steeplechase a bit later. And McColgan still leading the way. Salpeter, the 10,000 metre champion, starts to move up. She's up on the shoulder of the defending champion, Yasmin Chan, as they go through with 8 laps to go. Pace hasn't really increased over the last 2 laps. It's still outside 15-minute pace. But McColgan I think doing the right thing, just stringing it out. Everybody's now in single file around the track. Hassan's back in about 7th or 8th place, just in front of her and Kuta Bobasel. Second in the European Cup 10,000 metres, the Romanian. And 2 places in front of Hassan, her compatriot Susan Crummins. Constance Klosterhaufen, a very distinctive figure of the tall 21-year-old German in 4th. And then the 2 Dutch runners, Crummins and Hassan. Hassan just keeping out of trouble, watching everything that's going on in front of her. Looks like Chan has injected a little bit of pace. They went through 2,000 metres in 6:01.62. Well, just under 4 laps to go now, and Yasmin Chan, that injection of pace has taken them under 15-minute pace. Now a group of 5 starting to detach themselves from Susan Crummins. Crummins starting to look a bit tired, so we've got Turkey's Yasmin Chan at front, followed by Klosterhaufen, Solpeter, McColgan, and then tucked in at the back, just keeping an eye on everything that's going on, Sifan Hassan, the newly minted European record holder at this distance. Chan certainly cranking it up, looking a lot better than she did in the 10,000. She hasn't raced very much this year. So it's these 5 women coming in, and they can see the lap marker say 3 laps to go.
In this 5,000, the pace has slipped quite a lot, actually, 12:03. So it was a 3:04 after a couple of 2:58 kilometres. They're just building for it. I'm sure McColgan must feel quite happy that after she led for, what, 7.5 minutes, that she's got someone else to do that work.
Yes, 4K passed in 12:03.30. Now coming up to see 2 laps to go. And Hassan now moving around the outside to get to the 4, up on the shoulder of Klosterhaufen. And with 2 laps to go, it's Hassan taking the lead for the first time in this race, just looking over her left shoulder. You can see Klosterhaufen there, Yasmin Chan, Lonna Salpeter, the 10,000 metre champion, and on the back of that 5-woman leading group, it's Elish McColgan. Chan now back into the lead, just getting around. Well, Chan doesn't have the same sort of sprint finish though as some of the women behind us, so maybe this is a tactic to try and draw out the sting, the long run for home with 600 metres to go. Now Chan starting to look a little bit tired. Hassan though just looks so fresh. Salpeter, well, that 10,000 metre final in her legs from a few days ago, and it's Hassan now starting to draw away from the others with just Salpeter on her shoulder. 450 metres to go. Hassan very, very fresh indeed. McColgan coming through for 3rd place behind them, but the gap is widening, and Salpeter's moved to one side. She's obviously miscounted the laps, but that means Hassan has now got a 15-metre lead, and she just needs to pull away. McColgan now took her opportunity, got round Salpeter. There's no excuse for that from Solpeter. It was very clear what the markers were, but at the front with 200 metres to go, it's Hassan now romping away. Just checked where McColgan is. Solpeter still hanging on in 3rd, but Chan's closing on her. Hassan passing lapped runners. Hassan now bouncing around the track. She's looking so fresh. She's got 35 metres on McColgan, and she's sprinting down the home straight like it was a 1,500 metres. Sifan Hassan, well, she's got silver and bronze medals at these championships. Now it's time for a gold medal from Sifan Hassan. Silver goes to McColgan. Arms in the air for the Scottish runner, and Yasmin Chan gets through for the bronze. Gold 2 years ago for Yasmin Chan, bronze on this occasion. And the distraught Lorna Salpeter collapses to the inside of the track.
Well, I was surprised when she went with Hassan on that penultimate lap, because I didn't think she'd have that sort of speed, but now we know why, of course, because that was her sprint to the finish.
And absolutely no excuses, as I said. It was very clear, the lap markers. She obviously wasn't looking at them. So Sifan Hassan, championship record of 14:46.12. Great run from Elise McColgan to take the silver medal. 14:53.05. Yasmin Chan, season's best, going under 15 minutes for the first time this year. 14:57.53. And despite what's happened, Lona Salpeter comes through for a national record of 15:01 exactly. Well, these are recap of the early stage of the race with Sifan Hassan hanging back and just taking everything in a stride. And this is the moment, with just over 2 laps to go, when Hassan. And what was Lona Salpeter thinking? She thought she'd finish. She moved over to the right-hand side of the track. Big grin on her face as she thinks she's got the silver medal. Hassan knows what she's doing, though. Totally focused. You can see her eyes swivel up to the screen at the far end of the stadium. And this is Hassan flying down the home straight. Nearest challenger 20 metres in arrears. Elise McColgan having to weave her way around the back marker. Well, what a great victory for Sifan Hassan. She came here as the prohibitive favourite after the European record in Rabat, and duly delivered. Confirmation of the results. Hassan, McColgan, Chan, that's the 1, 2, 3, the gold, silver and bronze.